Hello, camera. You should probably come back down. Yo! Can everybody hear me? Holy smokes, we are just absolutely ripping up, dude. Man. Oops. All right. What do we got going on here? Check this 30-minute. So we're definitely at least reaching up for this. Wouldn't be surprised if we go higher though. To here. What the heck is this? Ugh, bro. I know, what the heck? Bro, why is it doing this? Oop, this is the ugliest line. Why is it... Why is the line so thick? Alright, sorry. We need to replace this. Yes, overwrite. Jeez. They're just like ripping straight up, dude. This like would have been so good. Damn. We're definitely reaching up for this gap here, at least. We'll see what happens when we hit that. Yeah, just Pump City. If you're trying to short this, you're a brave soul. Is the mic okay? Is the stream quality okay? Because this is a new setup, so. Oh, I just realized. We're only half vibe right now. Yeah. My mom's sister's name is Denise. Fun fact. Wow. You know when you just like really want to like chase it? That's how I'm feeling right now. There was a guy who just said he loves your walk and talks. Where did he say that? Like on YouTube or in a... What's up? What up, Just Josh? How are you? Zero FOMO? Nah. Nah, dude. I feel it. I took my play. I'm done. Signalbot stream. Oh, okay. They just ping me or what? Or they just said it like out loud. Are you in there? Are you chilling in there? Or are you just monitoring chat to make sure people aren't doing dumb stuff? What was the best play in my opinion? If I have to, okay. Everything for me has been like just kind of iffy because of the Trump stuff, so I haven't touched anything until I just chased a 3 minute. But this was probably the best. No, they told me to tell you when I did a quick mod announcement that I'd shut it all down if they kept being unprofessional. Oh, well, cool. Can I please explain my bias for today? Absolutely bullish as can possibly be. On basically every time frame, this looks bullish. We're definitely reaching up for this gap right here. Potentially take out this buy side today. I could actually see that. We'll see what happens when we hit this gap though. SMT plus inversement. So I want to be bearish, but there's just a lot of bullish news that came out. That's why. Would I take shorts out of the gap? I would only take shorts out of the gap. Okay, let me put it this way. If we just like rip up in like this and then get an inverse down, there's no way I'm taking that, right? This is too bullish. So what I would need to see is some sort of LRLR get created below, then look for an inverse down. Does that make sense? Definitely would not take like the first inverse out of this gap though. I would need to see us tap it, see this gap hold, generate some sell side, and then get an inverse down. What's your thoughts on taking trades outside the kill zone? I mean, if it looks good, it looks good. I'm not too much of a kill zone maniac. Like, I could go either way on those. I know they are a little bit more volatile, but sometimes price is moving, and you can't deny that if it's moving, you know? Like, if it's a good setup, it's a good setup. Period. Now, I will say that I do have an aversion for taking setups during actual lunchtime. So for me, New York lunchtime starts at 9 a.m. So normally at 9 a.m., between 9 and 10 a.m., I'm a little more hesitant to trade unless it's the 9:50 macro or 12:50 macro. But this, I would not short this. This is too much. So as long as this gap right here is holding, I'm short-term, mid-term bullish. So until we get a close back below this, I'm expecting higher prices. And this is a 4-hour time frame here. Until we close below this, I'm just gonna assume we go up. Even if so, let's say we tap into this and then come down into this. I'm still not going to be bearish unless we close below this. If anything, I would look to take a long out of here. What do I think of the IFG at 10:17? What time frame? One min. Sorry, one sec. You can look into Trade Syncer. It's by MFFU. 1 min at 10:17. Sorry about that. I'm back. 10:17. This. I mean, it's a good play to me. Reason being, I mean, mechanically, it's at least an A setup. This is good momentum. It's like not V shape, but it is kinda. There's a good break even point. Yeah, I'm not sure where you got out at, but it would probably have been smart to scale or get out at this gap at least. Plus, we had this long setup fail. We come down, manipulate, sweep this low again, and then come back up and get an inverse. So it wasn't too bad, yeah. I'd give it an A setup, at least. Goes along with the bias. I'm sure that there was... Bro, where'd it go? Probably delivering from here, I would assume. Oh no, we hadn't tapped that yet. So now looking at this, okay, so we're delivering from, wait, so the one thing I will say that I don't like about it is it's not the most obvious gap. It is singular. It's not super obvious, and I honestly would have liked if we tapped into something. Let me see. I think we might have. I just can't see. Okay, yeah. So we did tap into... You know, basically a 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. So, yeah. Good trade. For me, personally, I like gaps that are a little more obvious than this. When they're like this big, I like them. But still a good play, especially if you're just going for a quick scalp. It's a very small stop loss, so W. Good trade. For me, I like the gaps that I can see on my screen from back here. Like if I'm back here, I'm like, damn, I can see that gap from way back here. You know? Yeah, for sure. And honestly, looking at this now, this is a little choppy. see an inception gap, honestly. No, on the big one. Oh, down here? Yeah. But I'll tell you why I like it more. Because now we have a 3 drives and we've swept these lows twice and we tap perfectly into this 1 hour and then zoom back up. Plus, if you look, right, if you take this one here, right, if you look above, you do have some LRLR here, right? But you also have this big gap here. By the time we get this inverse here, we've swept liquidity multiple times. We've tapped into a 1 hour BISI. Then we come through a super obvious gap. Really nice break even here. And then you have all this engineered highs as well. So it's just a little choppy, but it's still a good trade. So price just basically died, so that's cool. For BPR for better stop. Yeah. I mean, I guess the way I see it is like, shoot, even in comparison to this, right? Like, see how this is at least a little bit more obvious? Course mentorship win. Yeah, bro. Versus like, I don't know, this is just, it just seems really small. And then, I don't know. Course mentorship, a one-time 75-cent fee. I mean, maybe it's, I mean, yeah, I bet you would. Even I would buy that for 75 cents. I would just watch all my own VODs back. Listen, I wonder if it could be like the low-key hidden strat though, right? Like just lowball the hell out of it. Probably just get so many more people to sign up because it's not a lot. $5 lifetime. No, I want to trade London, but it's... Amy always tells me no. No, see? Yeah, I would love to do London. Listen, if it was for that, I would seriously do it. 1,000%. That would be so much fun, dude. Like, I've been wanting to do a London stream. That'd be sick. See, now this, maybe we get something like this, right? Maybe we get something where we generate sell side and chop around, and then we manipulate up into this, then get an inverse down. So, now something like that I might take. Like if there's LRLR down here and not just this big giant gap. But this is freaking bullish, so I don't know. If you were hoping to get a part of this long, you probably would want to get in already. You would have wanted to get in down here. Now, dream scenario, if you do want to take a long, is if we do something like this, generate some buy side, come down into discount, then get an inverse back up. Now, that'd be the only way I'd long right now. How close is that to 50? Nailed it. Let's go. Nice job. Can we get a W's in the chat for Amy's options play? Yeah. Yeah. 8 people watching to a 6 thumbs up total is a pretty good ratio, I'm not gonna lie. I'll take that. If you are here and you did like the stream, thank you. Because it helps the algo. What's the story on how you found DD? I found DD on a video. He did an interview with Casper. And that's how I found DD. Double thumbs up if I could. Yo, appreciate that. Bro, we're so bullish. But I feel like something like this would just work for no reason. For real. I really hope nobody was getting chopped up earlier during all the wouldn't take because of ES. Yeah, well, this is too high to long. Way too high to long. If you're longing up here, you're asking to get either break even or stopped out. Like, imagine watching all of this, right? And then when we start doing this, being like, I need to get in long now. Nah, you missed it. Yeah, exactly. Like, nah, you missed it. And this will be a normal thing for these streams, you guys. Usually price action will pretty much die during lunch, but there's some times where it'll be pretty good. So. My retired PC in the background. Just sitting back there all half dead. Bro, don't be blowing accounts. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Lunch can be untapped. It really can be. It really can be. There honestly, there's times where like around 12:30 price will start picking up, you know, especially if we have a really good draw on liquidity and we're like at a good zone for the algo or big ballers or whatever it may be. Sometimes you catch good runs. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to trade like in between, like when Dodgy and Reliable does their streams. So, because I usually like to trade PM for myself. And so I don't want to be live streaming while I'm trying to trade my own stuff, if that makes sense. But I literally took a play right before I went live and just called it good. Secured the bag. Logged out. Um, maybe 1 to 2. So normally, I rarely take AM plays. Um, I don't know why, but I just rarely take them. I trade IFVGs, but I have like. Hang on, let me finish answering the first question. Uh, how many sessions do I usually trade? Sometimes I trade PM and then I'll trade like the same day, but it'll be the next trading day. I'll trade the next like late Asia or early like pre London, like New York Midnight Open roughly. Sometimes I take trades around there, but I try and only take like one funded play per session or per day. Per day. Do you trade your own personal way than the IFVG model? No, I trade IFVGs pretty much the way Dodgy does, but I don't like I understand them the same way, but I don't execute them the same way. I'm a lot more picky with my with my trades most of the time. I'm like the guy that usually catches the play when everyone else is already done. Like later on. I started trading 2 months, two payouts from Apex, but pretty sure it's pure luck, so not told anyone you're consistent after first payout. Dude, it's true, bro. Trust me. After my first one, I went to the dark side. I'm pretty sure like devil horns sprouted out of my head, and I went downward spiral for 2 months after that. It's like, okay, you're only allowed to take one trade a day, bro. You're cut off. Oh, dude, I thought I was invincible. But it was because I was signal botting while full porting. I was just signal botting and taking two minis and just running shit up. Stuff up. Sorry. I don't like cussing on my channel too much. Didn't mean to do that. Trying to be family friendly. Trying to be somewhat professional. So I don't like cussing, but it happens. Since last August was my first payout. So honestly, I don't really consider anything until the last couple months as profitable trading for me because it was either me button spamming or somebody else holding my hand. And so when I got this last payout from Take Profit Trader, that actually was like the first payout where I was like, all right, I actually earned that because every trade I took was my trade. Like, I grinded it all up on my own. I wasn't joining streams. I wasn't taking other people's signals and stuff. So I feel like I just now got to where I'm like, okay, I'm actually doing this. But my confidence went through the roof after that, honestly. But the problem is, don't let your confidence bite you in the butt. Keep your emotions in check still. Don't get too cocky. See, this is kind of what, like, if we're wanting to take along again today, this may be what you want to see, right? Generate something like this, come down. So this also could be trying to do something like this. Maybe we get a short, but I don't know. I'm scared to short. It would have to be like, it would have to make me be like, oh my god, this is amazing for me to take a short right now. Otherwise, there's nothing else for me to take today because we're too high. And the move's already happened for the morning anyway. It's possible that PM has a reversal setup or a continuation setup, but I'm not expecting much out of lunch. And honestly, for the remainder of the day, I don't know. We'll see. Break even stage right now, but slowly improving. Hey man, I will say the biggest thing to focus on if you want to keep improving is journaling every trade you take. Whether you write a reason why or not, just take a screenshot of it. Literally just take a screenshot of it and post it somewhere, right? That way you have like a catalog of plays that you take. Then, after you've done that for a while, you'll start, one, noticing the setups that you like the most and the setups that work the best. And two, you'll build conviction in what you're doing because you'll see over a period of time the win or loss ratio or whatever it may be. So you'll learn from it and you'll build conviction from it. So I literally recommend taking screenshots of every single trade you take and just putting it somewhere. Look. If you're getting too picky, here's my opinion. If you're newer, right? If you're newer and you're starting to get what you consider picky, you might take that as you just growing into your own trader and you learning what setups you like more than others. So that's how I feel. Like some might call me too picky, but I just know what setups visually that I like the most, and I really like taking only those because I honestly hate losing. So see, but look at this. This is dating all the way back from November, right? Like I've just been posting trade, win, loss, break even, whatever it may be. I've just been posting every trade in here in this one channel. Is that better if I spread them out like that? Maybe it was because my candles were too thin. Can you guys see the candles? Okay. Or does it need to be more like that? I noticed that when it's like this, it's kind of hard to see, but I think that's a little better. Spread out is better to candle. Okay. Well, then I'll make sure that I don't do that. Normally, I like watching them like this for some reason, but I can spread them out so they're a little more obvious. So, what's funny? It's like I literally said we're probably so bullish that this would work for some reason. Sure enough. Oh, you know what you should do too, my love? Here, wait. Excuse to fill up coffee? Guys? My settings are trying to tell me that this stream is on 720p. There's no way. Output. Bro, I'm sorry, you guys. Dang. Well, I'm not gonna end the stream and restart it, but I will fix that for next time. My I'm set up on a new machine, so all my settings are kind of wonky, and my output is set to 720, so that's my bad. It should be at least 1080. I'll fix it for next time. My fault, y'all. Oh. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, don't be mad. Don't leave. Listen, I got an idea. What if every time I walk away, I enter a chair trade, and then we'll just see the chair's win rate after a while when I come back. We'll just enter long or short every time I walk away. We'll see if the chair is profitable. Yo, dang. 390 subs is kind of cool. Let's go. $390 subs. Does the chair have its own eval? We could get it one. Oh my god, I lost 1% of my PA because I forgot to close a bracket. Dude, listen to me, bro. I have done that. I've lost fundeds from that. Literally, I traded London one night and was up $1,500 on a Tradeify funded, and never opened it up the next day for NY. And at the end of NY session, I got an email saying that my funded was blown. Amy was there for that, actually. That was when we were at the Airbnb. Dude, I was seriously like, oh god, I was so mad. And then I've lost my Fund of Futures funded like that too. What up, Aiden? Does the chair have its own eval? I know, that's so funny. We have to get the chair Apex 25K for 80% off. See if the chair can pass the 25K. We'll just get in and set a 10-point stop loss every time. And then we'll just, as soon as I get back from walking away, I'll close the trade. What do you guys think about that? See if the chair is profitable. Maybe IFPGs are too complicated. Maybe we just do a 50-50 with a tight stop loss and see if we can be profitable. That's hilarious. Imagine the chair passing an eval. Chairman gonna pay out before me? No, I'm dead. All right, look. This is kind of what I want to see, low key. Like, see how we put in a higher high? I don't want to put in a lower low. Like, I don't want us to break this low. It'd be cool if we kept doing this up into that. Welcome to the lunch chop. Anybody know how to fix this thing? What story? Oh, about the Sunday Open PA debacle. Sag. Yeah, for sure. That's fair. There's definitely there's definitely plays that happen during lunch, trust. But you just have to be more patient and wait for something obvious. I ain't never seen that many executions one place. Bro, I have. I've done it. I ended up passing the eval though, so that was cool. I would never do that on a PA, except for yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whenever it was, Tuesday. That was me. Actually, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, yeah. Don't. That was like literally 100 trades, bro. like in a 1 hour period. So that's actually something crazy. I can't lie. Honestly, putting in decent trend line to the downside here. This. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Dude, it was bad. I was in here just like spiraling, bro. Like in here just flat spiraling. Nah, it actually wasn't that bad. The problem was, okay, here was the problem. The problem was I kept getting into plays where I kept getting into winning plays and not taking them. Like I kept getting in winning plays and then just not taking profit because I was trying to make all my money back in one play. That was the issue. And then I just kept getting mad when I'd go break even. So stupid, dude. So frustrating. So well, the problem is Amy trades AM a lot more, and I trade PM. So sometimes we're not in the same room like that. 80% of the time we take different trades. Yeah. The thing is Amy has so much more experience and she has so much more confidence than I do. So where I have to wait for something that I really really like, she has no fear to take a play. So usually she's done way before me. I'm just very particular. I just know myself and I know that I hate taking losses on a setup that I don't feel in my heart very positive about. So I would rather just wait for something that makes me be like, "Oh my god, this is so good." And you can ask Amy, there's times we're walking like we're done for the day, but I'll be like, "Oh my god, this might be a 2 minute alert," or "Oh my god, this might be a 4 minute alert," or something like that. And I feel like they always work. So I'm just like, I would rather just take the plays that my gut tells me to take, and not just be solely mechanical. If that makes sense. Like just because it's A plus doesn't mean I'll take it. I really have to like it has to jump out at me. Yeah, you gotta be if it's like, oh dude, I don't even care if this loses, like I have to take this. One way that helps me is I have to tell myself, would I be more mad if I took the loss on this, or would I be more mad if I didn't take it? And if the answer is I'd be more mad if I didn't take it, then I have to get in, you know? How many trades a week do I go for on average? Um, I will honestly. There's rarely a week where I trade every day. Probably 3 to 4. Been sizing up or down between 100 and 300 based on how confident I am in the setup, and that's helped keep my losses low. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good way to do it. Adjust your sizing based on confidence level. I mean, that makes sense. Then you're not risking a lot, and then if it does end up working, then you never know. Some inverses work so good and they don't look that great, right? Like like honestly, this looks super average the way we closed up through it, but look, it's just ripped. So like sometimes inverses will just work for no reason like crazy. So yeah, we just made this swing low right here. Yeah. Go ahead. Do this. Then pump up into that 1 hour and give me a V shape back down. I dare you. I dare you. I will paper trade that so hard. I'm done for the day. Crazy after that huge loss due to forgetting to close the bracket and the expansion with no setups. I feel nothing. Hey man, just remember that it doesn't matter. And if your plan is to be a trader and make money from this, you're just gonna have to put up with stuff like that sometimes and just keep going. Thoughts on Spy today? Uh, insanely bullish. But I honestly mainly trade futures, so um, if I'm looking at Spy, I'm actually looking at ES. Definitely bullish, super correlated. I mean, this price action is not terrible. It's dead right now, but it's kind of expected. I do like that we have this down here as well. This is a really good liquidity spot right here. Got a bunch of meter readers out here walking around reading meters. Oh, sorry. I keep making the candles too thin. But I'm going to have a really hard time being convinced to change my colors, you guys, so I don't know. Probably would be easier too if my stream wasn't on 720p and was the way it's supposed to be. I feel like there's still more upside to go, but it's no way I'm getting in anything unless we come back down and come back up. Probably the only one watching on your phone. Is anybody else in here watching on your phone? Type 1 if you're watching on your phone. Dang, he might be, Amy. He might be the only phone watcher. Solo phone watcher. On my second monitor, W. My computer. It's so quiet. I love it. It's so quiet. I bullish or bearish with futures? Here's my conditions for that right now, actually. So we're about to put in this giant bullish fair value gap here. We're also about to tap this bullish or this bearish fair value gap here. So as long as we are above this gap and above this gap down here, which is a 4-hour gap, I would expect higher prices. If we tap into this and come down and close below this, then I'm probably bearish back down into this gap, or at least down to this low. But right now I'm super bullish. This will be my midterm target up here if we close above this gap on the 1 hour. But right now, bullish PD arrays are being respected like crazy, and we're just ripping through bearish ones. So right now I am bullish. Are you worried about China negotiations will disrupt that? So here's what I'll say about all of that. Let me go to the daily actually for that. So here's what I will say about that. Wait, actually, let me go to NQ1. So yes, we're bullish. However, I'm still open to us coming down more. So basically, with all of the trade stuff and all the Trump stuff, anything can happen right now. So I'm bullish today. I could literally wake up tomorrow morning and be bearish. So I'm having to adjust my bias on a day-by-day basis because of current market conditions. Right now, today, I'm bullish. Tomorrow, that could change. Literally, tomorrow, I could wake up and we could have like completely violated this. Trump could have tweeted something stupid. Like, I don't know. Anything could happen at this point. But today, bullish. So futures you can do near term or short term. I am a short term trader, so my trades usually only last 10-15 minutes maybe. Sometimes way less. Sometimes more, but on average less than an hour. Later, just Josh. Thanks for coming, dude. Trading has been bad for me since Trump. Why? Where'd my 1 hour gap go? I don't know, just bad results. Can't really feel it anymore. Don't have the capital to do that without a margin call. To do what? Can't really feel it anymore. Day trade. So I use prop firms. That's how I do it. I don't use my capital. I use prop firms. Futures prop firms is the way to freaking go. Get a 50K account with $2,500 in drawdown available for $100 with no activation fee, depending on what company you go with. But I use prop firms, so. Alpha Kicker, I really want to figure this out. Why do you think you're having bad results? Are you changing anything about the way you're trading, like your sizing or anything, or is just the market conditions throwing you off? This is so dead, bro. This is hard, bro. I'm getting hungry, but I've been trying to fast every day till later. And it sucks because when you're fasting, when you start feeling like crap, is when you actually know your body's starting to do stuff that's good for you. That's the unfortunate part. Dude, I don't have any of my like home tabs set up or anything anymore. I'm gonna have to do all that stuff still. What do you think about the market? Bullish or bearish? Let me know, chat. Today bullish, tomorrow flat, next week depends on this weekend. Agreed. Seriously adjusting day by day, bro. Oh. 8 a.m. Wait. 8? Bro, why will you not let me do this? Oh, wait. Friday? 8 a.m. Okay. Virtual. Add a link so people know where to go. Alright, this is cool. Um, how do I share my view channel? Bless you! Paste. Okay. Virtual. External link. Paste. Return. Done. Okay. Create event. So if I were to theoretically have 250 OTD spy calls, it'll expire. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about options at all. Like, not a single thing, bro. I can read 576. Let me see. Is this SPX? 576 to slap today. Wait. 576. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Do I look at SPX or do I... Amy will know, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. $5.76. Like where? I'm probably looking at the wrong thing, dude. I'm sorry. All right. Just SPY. $5.76. Oh yeah, that's... I don't know about that, broski. I'd probably say 570 is your best bet. But I'm not trying to give you financial advice, but that seems like I don't know if we're gonna pump that high today. It's possible. Oops. Wait, bro. Wait. My goodness. I'm so sorry, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Dude, I know, and I don't want to answer because I don't even know what I'm looking at. I mean, we'll at least take this. I don't know if we go that high. But I could see 571. Yeah, for real. I don't want to be... I have not given financial advice. Dude, I'm not a financial advisor. That's funny. What just happened? You good? Dude, you guys. Amy just put a fat slab of like 8 freaking chunks of meat in the fridge on a pan like this big. She was like having to take stuff off the shelves so the door would shut. What does she have planned in there? The big announcement today. I mean, it's still early. There definitely still could be more news. Meat for day. No, seriously, bro. I don't even know. The pan's literally like this long. It wouldn't even fit like sideways in. She had to put it in like that, and then had to move stuff off the shelf so that it would, so the door would shut. There's just like meat, 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 meat. Baby, what kind of meat is it?
I just put it in the comments.
Oh, what she said. Ooh, some short ribs. Does that mean there's long ribs? Dude, I know, and I'm sitting here trying to fast, and she's making me so hungry. You're good. I'm just kidding. Alright. Well, what did I say at the beginning of this, though? It would be kind of nice to do this, manipulate up into here, and then get a short, maybe. I don't know. I bet we do this again. About to make a crazy breakfast. What is it? This whole being done for the day before 9 a.m. our time, I get bored. I know. I'm like desperately waiting for the rest of the outside furniture to get here. I can't lie. I'm so excited to put the rest of it together. It's going to be such a sick little setup. Kahlua. Okay. Okay. My stomach literally just went after reading that. Holy smokes. It's still making noise. It's still making noise. It's like growling. What the heck did you just do? You just unleashed a beast inside my belly. Dude, it's still growling. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I should upgrade this Streamlabs Ultra. Wonder if the latency will be better. Dude, this is so dead. Is it pretty good? I have it selected to ultra low latency, so. For how aggressive this pump was, I feel like we're not up by very much today. We must have been down. Oh my gosh, bro, my stomach. to see what my performance. I'm using whoa, I feel like that's kind of hot. Turn my fans off a little bit. There we go. Damn. Whoa, I just turned my fans on and it's like. Yeah, there we go. Okay, my CPU is getting hot, dude. It doesn't feel hot. My computer doesn't feel hot. When you're done streaming, we eat. This is how I keep myself from being tempted to re-enter to that FVG. We did just leave some pretty nice equal O's. Alright, price action's picking up a little bit. Oh. Between 104 and 149 Fahrenheit for CPU temp. Oh, okay. So I didn't even need to turn my fans on because it was already on the low end. I didn't even know. Cool. So then just go back to wait. There we go. Normal. Definitely don't need to have the fans going all crazy. Just kidding, it's dead. Okay. We have movement. We have movement. Candles are moving. Is the algo done with its lunch break? So I do like that we left these equal highs up here. So if we did happen to come back down, sweep some of these lows and get an inverse back up, we at least have a good target up here to go with our bias. So wouldn't mind something like that. This. But we'll see. We will see. No, I'm saying if I personally want to try and find a way to take a long, I need price to come back down to a discount, and then I need to get an inverse back up. That'd be the only way I would long right now. So if I want to see us continue up and I want to get into a play, I would like to see something like this. But I'm still thinking that we're bullish for the day. Like, look, we could come rip through this right now. I'm just saying, dream scenario for me to get a setup would be something like that. If it hits the gray on top, I'm gonna watch and see what happens. So the gray I have marked out is this 1 hour SIBI. So bearish gap I have marked out, right? I have it marked because it's possible we do get a bearish reaction out of it. So I have it marked because I want to see what happens when we do get into it. If we're going to continue to remain super bullish, you would think that we would just continue up through it, right? But if we get a bearish reaction out of it and start doing something like this, or let's say like right now, sheesh. So now, if we do engineer some sell side liquidity, then we come up into this gap, and this gap rejects super hard, and we get an inverse, then potentially I will look to short. Something like that. But if we get into this gap and just keep ripping through it, then we're just way too bullish, and there's no way I can look for a short. But I do like how we're engineering this sell side right here. Something I talked about at the beginning of the stream that I would want to see if I did take a short. So basically, I think it will go up or down. Yeah, pretty much. Yo, Red Zone, your consistency rule is cooked. You're gonna have to make like 12 racks to take a payout. I'm just open to both directions. I basically look at the market, analyze, come up with a set of conditions, and yeah. Those are my conditions for now. We tag into this. I'm potentially looking to short. If we come down and do this, I'm potentially looking to long. We'll see. Just hit 50% of lunch. I wish that we would hit 100% of something because I'm tired of this. Like, we've been basically, this has been my whole stream. Ready? Right here. This has been my entire stream. Sorry, guys. Like, I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and this is all we've seen happen. Not ideal. An 86 point range. Yeah. I'll teach you how to read lunch, PA. Be patient, don't do nothing. LRLR hour. Yeah, pretty much. Which is kind of what I said at the beginning of the stream. That I thought that's what was going to happen, right? Pretty much exactly what I said was going to happen. Was we were just going to generate either sell side or buy side during launch. So that's exactly what we've been doing. Dude, all I can think about, you guys, all I can think about is this breakfast. Dang it, Amy didn't laugh. I don't think she saw the close-up. Okay, now I can hear her laughing. Peek. Did you just say you were peeking at the pork in a public stream chat? What the heck? You guys, I had no part of that, just so you know. I had no part of the pork peeking. Amy's pork peeking all on her own, okay? So much for being professional, you guys. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Hashtag put a stop to pork peeking. Dude, this is so funny because I say it, right? I say something on here
And then I just get quiet and listen, and then I can hear it play out loud of Amy's phone, and then she starts laughing. It's so funny. It's so funny, dude. I can't. It's so funny, dude. Oh my god. Uh, you guys, this is so dead. The delay is not. It's fun for me because I know that's happening. I can hear it happening and it's so funny. Oh my gosh. You guys, if we're not getting some fair value gaps in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to call it. Coffee's right here. Oh, never mind. Amy needs more time with the breakfast, so I'm not going to call it. We're streaming till breakfast is ready. That's what we're doing. We're going to full port some evals while we're waiting. Who wants to do that? All right, should we... I'm going to take the first chair trade here, all right? I'm going to go short with a 10-point stop loss. Wait, no. We'll go stop loss here. Be right back. Is the chair profitable? My camera lost me. All right, we're just gonna for the chair trades. We'll do a set 1-to-1 risk to reward 15 points. Oh, I should have started a new paper account for it. I'll do that. Sorry. Yo, camera. Hello. Come back down. Come with me. Okay. Hear me out. Taps off this floor, goes halfway into gray, then comes back down. So you mean like this? Wait. So you mean like this? Is that what you're talking about? Bro. Maybe a third into the gray. Okay, hang on. So like this. Something like that. Something that holds this 50% of this gap, basically. Come on, chair trade. Hey, is the chair about to be 1-for-1? Oh, this isn't good, you guys. Look at this. It's because we hit this friggin' trend line. Trend line. Come on, chair trade. Don't let me down. I guess it doesn't really matter because we're not going to track this one. I'll make a new one. Full porting my signal. All right. Well, good luck. Create account. Chair trades. What should the starting balance be for the chair trade account? I'll send you a DM with proof after. Great, bro. All right, we really need this TP to slap so that Red Zone doesn't sue me for financial advice. 2K starting balance? 2K starting balance is not a lot when we're going to be trading minis, I can't lie. But I'm only going to risk $300 per trade, so could be fine. $1 million. Go small or go home. Okay. We're gonna go with 2,500 then. Currency. All right, this is about to get stopped out, you guys. The chair is 0-for-1. Stupid trend lines. No, we won't count this as a chair trade because it was not on the chair account. Bro, how did we not get stopped out right there? Okay. Okay, I actually really like this. I'm not gonna lie. I really like how we're engineering these lows right here. So, so now let's say we do come up into this gap and get an inverse down. Now I'm way more willing to consider taking it than if we had just ripped up there back here, you know, and got a setup. Now I would be way more willing to take it because we have really good targets below. So if earlier we would have just pumped up into this and gotten inverse, I would not have even considered it because there's just too much. Man, if breakfast is ready when we tap into this 1 hour, I'll full port with a fork in my hand. I don't care. Bro, no way we got top ticked out of that chair trade and it's coming back down. Toxic. Justice for the chair. This PA is so dead, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm getting antsy. Does the chair have a name? I gotta come up with a name for the chair, actually. If anybody has any good chair name ideas, drop them in the chat. Am I Dodgy's older brother? No. Stanley? Yo, I kind of support Stanley for some reason. Cherise? Yo, that's pretty good too. Yeah, I'm really trying to think of something with the word chair in it for a name. Or something that I could use like cherries, something like that. That's pretty good. I just don't know if I want to be sitting on a Stanley. I like the name, but I don't want to sit on a Stanley. It says emerge on the thing. Fred's not bad. But I don't want to sit on a Fred either. It's got to be like a non yeah, Cherise is really good. I like it. Charon. Charon? Alright, I'm sorry, bro, but it's gotta be Charon. It was almost Therese, but it's gotta be Charon. That's so funny. It was about to be Cherries, but Charon's for the win, bro. I'm dead. That's so funny. Oh my god. Shout out to Nathan. Which is actually my little brother's name too, by the way. Bro, we're still not putting in any fair value gaps like at all. This is so dead. So wait, we gotta rename this then. How do I rename it? Probably should have to remake it. Alright, wait. Listen, we're gonna have to make My chair's about to have its own channel, bro. It's gonna be called Chair and Trades. My chair. And the chair will post trade recaps, and it'll just be the chair sitting there, and it'll just show the executions. Bro, chair and trades. Why is that so good? Oh man. Or what if we just had it be like an AI voice, bro? Like a female AI voice, and it's just Charon. Hi, welcome back to a trade recap from Charon Trades. Bro. I'm trying to pass my first eval. Dude, why do I feel like it could pop off? Chair and Trades has the classic 5-second delayed soundtrack. For real. Oh, wait. Dude. Dude, why is it still moving? I turned the motion track off, bro. Better not move this time, cameraman. Alright, so we're starting to move a little bit. Now we got this LRR above too. Starting to push down. Dude, you guys look, the chair got wrecked. We literally got top ticked out. Top ticked out, and now the trade's working, bro. It's so toxic. Poor chair. Poor chair taking a loss on the first day.
Never apologize for laughing. All right. If you are still wanting to look for a long entry, this is potentially what you want to see. Dude, this gap is huge. But I definitely wouldn't. I really wouldn't recommend shorting into all this. We're bullish, so what you do is you wait for the shorts to play out and look for the long entry. We're really overextended though, so if you are wanting to take a long, you definitely need to come down. I wonder what other chart presets I have on here. Should we see? The classic. Ooh, the pink and gray. Remember the pink and gray? Yuck. Man, the pink and gray was fire. I might have to go back to that. Still nothing to take here. This was not... We didn't even sweep anything, really. Unless we have an SMT. Which we do not. Probably... Dude, we're probably so bullish something like this would work. I don't know. We'll see. So we did just inverse this. So it's possible we come up and tap into this. Yeah, I agree. This is definitely nothing I would want to take. I'm just kind of analyzing. Definitely, I've been saying from the start that I want to see us come back down into discount. Get some sort of delivery. Sweep these lows. Something like that.
Candles are just so slow. Not sure how to feel right now. This is definitely pretty dead. I'm getting more entertainment out of looking at my CPU temperature than I am out of watching this, to be honest. Like messing with my lights. That's fun too. I don't know what's going on. Dude, I don't want to start messing with stuff. End up breaking my PC on accident. I'm just gonna leave it all how it is. Hi, I'm new here. So what's the idea here? The idea here is uh, I trade ICT concepts. I don't know if you know any of those, but um, I trade the Nasdaq. I trade futures. Entry model is inversion fair value gaps. um, yeah, kind of just watching. I'm already done for the day personally. The 1 hour FVG, the one below, down here. So technically, we tapped into it here. Honestly, what I'm waiting for is we're engineering all this buy side, right? So my dream scenario would be something like a pushback down into discount and then an inverse setup back up. Something like that. Dream scenario. But sometimes dreams don't come true in the market. So this has just been really choppy. Basically, I'm not looking to take any trades with what's currently happening. Just an observer. Non-participant. Honestly, I probably would have stopped already if but I'm waiting for breakfast to be ready apparently, so I wasn't supposed to stop until breakfast is ready. She's laughing.
Kind of putting in this order block here. Not sure which direction though for. I would assume down. I mean, after pumping this much, I would assume we get some sort of a retrace, right? So maybe something like an AMD accumulation, manipulation, distribution back up. That's all I'm looking for right now. Is something like that. I can't touch any of this. This is really slow. Also, something that would be nice to see is some fair value gaps actually being put in. But right now, everything's just overlapping itself. See, now we're like leaving these engineered highs here, here. We got one here. We got these equal highs here. So if we did get something down then up, that would be very, very nice because there's good targets above. Plus, I think the draw ultimately is this gap. Yeah. Unless for some reason we were to inverse this, then my draw would be this low. And Alejandro, if you're still here, I don't know if you're here or not, but on my main page to my channel, I have like a video like can't get the bias right or something like that. That video basically explains how I use gaps. Just how I use them. I'm not trying to claim I know how stuff works. I'm just claiming that I know what I see and I just use stuff how I use it. Plus the algo is real, so shh. Dude, I love saying funny stuff, then hearing Amy laugh about it 5 seconds later. It's seriously the funniest thing ever. I'm like sitting here waiting in anticipation to hear it. It cracks me up. I say something that I'm just like cheesing because I know that she's going to start laughing any second. Come on, 1050 macro, give us some movement. Pretty bullish reaction out of that, I'm not gonna lie. This doesn't look terrible, but... Oh, it's ready. God, what is in here? We got an egg on top. We got some meat. Some veggies. Anybody know why this is a bad long? Exactly. Because we're already in premium. That's why it's a bad long. You don't want to take a long until we come back down into discount. So that failed instantly. You don't want to trade this. None of this is obvious. Even if it pumps, for me to take it, it's still too low probability because we're not in discount yet. So this could pump all at once. I won't be a part of it until we come down into discount. So thanks, ma'am. What do I consider discount? I'll show you. You see how we have this from here to here? We just have this big one-sided direction of movement, right? So you take your fib, and all I use is the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. You draw your fib from the bottom to the top. Halfway down, that's your discount. So somewhere out of here is where I would like to long out of. Does that make sense? Okay. And you can use this any direction, right? So let's see. We've been so bullish. Something like this, right? So we have this big move down. You don't want to start shorting right down here, right? You got to wait for price to come back up here, then get in short. Would love to short a lower high into this 15-minute BISI. I'm not shorting unless we come up into here, to be honest. It's a 1 hour to be above. How do I figure out the top part? So if the move started here and then we peaked here, that would be the top. So once you get a move, right, does this, now you see, okay, wait, let me start over. See how first we get up like this and then we keep putting in higher highs and higher lows? Well, now we put this top in and now we're putting in lower highs and lower lows. So once you start seeing that, you can draw your fib and just use this as your top. Oh, the gray. This gray box right here. This gray box is this 1 hour bearish fair value gap here. Why am I using it? Because there's a buy side here. It's the last gap in the leg before this buy side, right? So the last gaps in the leg are always the hardest ones to break. So see how we came in here, put this top in, come down, push down, push down. But if you look over here, we're already going through most of that, right? So I'm drawing this last gap out because unless hey, shout out to Candles Don't Lie, appreciate that. Unless this gap gets closed above, I will not be bullish to this high. So this is a bearish fair value gap. If I expect a bearish reaction, then I would want to see it hold, right? So if price pushes into this and I want us to be bearish, I don't want us to pump through this. I want this to hold here and then we drop down. That's what would make me want to short. Explain what a FVG is. An FVG or a fair value gap is, okay, see how right in here, see how in here these candles are all overlapped, right? But then right here you have a gap where price was only delivered in one direction. That's how you get a fair value gap. And a fair value gap is basically an inefficiency in price. An inefficiency in price delivery. So the point of the algo, quote unquote, is to deliver price efficiently, right? Well, as long as price is doing things like this and not putting in any types of fair value gaps, I don't want to trade it. But when we start doing stuff like this, right, now we have price got delivered only in one direction, which was buy side, right? Only buy orders got filled in right here. That's why we pushed up so aggressively. So you can use that as a point of interest to come back to fill orders. And you can use it as ways to determine if we're going to remain bullish or bearish, right? So if we pump all the way up this high, then come down, if we tap into this gap and we really are bullish, you would want to see this gap push price back up again. But if we're not bullish and price just destroys this gap, then that gives me confidence that we're going after this sell side liquidity instead. Sorry if that's confusing. I know it's kind of a lot, but basically, yeah. And dude, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I haven't even gone on YouTube on this new computer yet. Holy. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, cool. If you go to my channel, right? Wait, no, I'm not. All right. If you go to my channel, the main video, the one that says can't get the bias right, this one. This can't get the bias right video. If you watch that, it'll make a lot of sense on how I use gaps. Like a lot of sense. Somehow I just broke it down really nicely in that video. So if you watch that, you'll see how I use them. This is so good. Sorry you guys are watching me smash. But this is so good. Thank you, Amy. So I use gaps for bias too, right? We have this big giant 1 hour gap. If for some reason price comes down and closes below, so if a 1 hour candle closes below this gap, I expect us to come down to this low. Just like this way, if price comes up and we get a candle close above this gap, meaning we inverse this. Meaning we inverse this, that means I'm bullish to this buy side. And for on like this smaller time frame right here, like if for some reason we just get a candle that just destroys this and closes below, well then I'd be bearish to here and maybe here, if not further. But it's hard because it's a big 1 hour gap, so it's kind of hard to go short in the middle of this gap, right? It'd be easier to go short if we had sell side engineered below and we pump up into this, because then we take buy side, we have sell side ready below, then we inverse down. So you don't want to short in this gap, but if you want to short above it to target this gap, now that makes more sense. Because then you have delivery out of this, right? If we did that, we'd have delivery from this 60-minute, targets below, and a FVG below. This is still so dead. I figure by now we'd be moving a little more than this. So we inverse this gap, right? I would assume price to come down to the next gap. If we tap into this gap and come back up, then this gap is holding bullish. If the candle continues to go down through and closes below, then I expect to continue lower to here. So we'll watch how that plays out. It's all if this, then that. You know? I try and make it simple. All right, man. Thanks for joining, dude. Have a good day. Appreciate you. Later. Tomorrow, so I'll be live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. EST. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if we're really bullish, then I would love to see us rip down rip down into discount, then just like immediately bounce. That would tell me a lot. Right now, this is like really just slow grindy. I don't really. There's nothing happening for me here. In fact, I think I may just end the stream there, honestly. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm ready to pace around for a little while because I apparently love doing that. So, anybody have anything else to talk about before I sign off? As much as I really could probably watch this all day. Sounds good. See you guys tomorrow then.